It is after church on a Sunday, and you see when Lucy hears my voice, she's whipped around right there. I guess they're kind of having a prayer meeting out there. I'm not sure what they're doing. But there is all 7 of Lucy's herd. You see that Milburn is laying right in the middle. He's got all of his little brothers and sisters around, his adopted little brothers and sisters. But you know, I don't really think that Milburn knows the difference. He is removing the velvet from his horns right now. This morning when we went to church, I noticed quite a bit was gone. We'll check with him a little bit. I don't really want to disturb them. They're laying there in the shade. They love that spot right there. They get a little breeze off of the lake, and they just really dig that spot. Don't want to disturb them because it's again close to 100 degrees here in Oklahoma. Cold front coming in Tuesday night, they say, going to be down in the 40s, in the 30s chill temperature, and hopefully that will change the seasons from summertime to fall here in Oklahoma. But I thought you might enjoy seeing that little picture right there. They're not doing anything, but they're just sitting there. But we're going to be covering in this week's Adventures of Lucy's Herd, the triplets and the twins story. We're going to be talking about the spots on the deer because the twins are getting to the point to where their spots are beginning to disappear. And we're going to show you something kind of magic there we learned with Lucy accidentally. And also talk about the deer losing their velvet on their horns. A lot of you have never seen that situation, and that's beginning to happen right now. So we'll be talking about that also. It's going to be fun watching the triplets grow if we can keep them all going. Milburn obviously has gotten much larger, even though he's only a year old, much larger than Lucy, his adopted mother. And you can see by looking at the triplets there that they are actually 3 different sizes. Nina's a girl and will probably be the smallest, but she's really, you know, as she was born, she was really tiny. Those of you that have been with us here since day one and know how tiny she was when she started. And she's actually grown an awful lot, but she definitely is the smallest one of the 3. One of the bucks, I think that's Ranger, is the largest of the other two boys. So Ranger and Indy and Nina, they're going to be 3 different sized deer. Now, these are not real high genetic deer. These are just local Oklahoma deer right here, and they may have small horns like Milburn has there, or they may have some big ones. You know, their daddy probably is that big 9-point. He's a very mature deer, 5x4, and a lot of the deer in this area. I'll have a little milk to wash it down, Mom. I don't think so. It's amazing. She only lets them nurse, and you can see that she's still got a pretty full udder there, but she only lets them nurse when she wants them to nurse. That's just all there is to it. And she makes them grow up, kind of like your daddy throwing you in the water and telling you to learn how to swim. But your daddy never let you drown, so I guess that works out okay. But they are distinctly 3 different sizes. It's going to be interesting watching that happen. You know, we're probably only 6 weeks or so away from the rut beginning, so that's going to be interesting as well. It didn't take but just one little call to get her here.
That's him. That's Forrest.
Well, call Jenny. Forrest showed up in a heartbeat. We probably will have everybody show up. When we start talking out here, a lot of people show up.
Hey, Daddy.
What are we going to do, baby?
We are going to try to show what happens to these spots.
We learned this accidentally.
Yeah, whenever Lucy was just a little girl, she was a lot smaller than this guy. We were sitting out here in the yard one day, and I had this exact same brush. And I thought, well, I'm just going to brush him off. And all of a sudden, her spots started going away. And I've brushed these guys some, so they've lost a lot of their spots.
You've already been brushing, and you brushed it on the back. And they seem to lose the back first.
The back is what comes off first. You know, that's got to feel really good to them.
Oh, they seem to like it. And, of course, they got Cheerios, so we need Cheerios as a sponsor.
I don't think you could ever brush all of them off. You might be able to if you just kept brushing. But when Lucy's spots started going away, it scared me. I didn't want her spots to go away.
Well, they go away naturally. And we noticed one thing, too. When you have these big rainstorms, that a lot of the spots will go away during a rainstorm. And actually, the spots are not disappearing. The hair, the hair that's colored white is what's disappearing. And the deer change colors throughout the year. God makes them where they change colors to match in with the time of the year it is. It's pretty incredible, really, when you think about it.
Well, I know that when, particularly the triplets, were hiding in the bushes and stuff, that would really camouflage them, and you couldn't see them.
Just those spots. It seemed like they would stand out, but it's just the opposite of that.
Exactly. Here, you want a cucumber? You want a cucumber?
He said, "I like Cheerios." I'll have the cucumber also.
Jenny.
You know, Jenny has started hanging around a lot with Lucy. Seems like here lately.
Come on, Jenny.
I guess just because she's a little girl and she's got her an adopted mama. Jenny, come on, Jenny. All the deer were out here earlier. They've already been fed this morning. When you show up in the morning, it is a feeding jamboree. Kind of like when Chris puts my breakfast out.
Kind of like fish schooling whenever you come out on the porch.
It is kind of like fish schooling. I think Chris...
I put 2 scoops of South Fresh feed out this morning, and they ate every bit of it.
They really are liking that deer food, and South Fresh down in Alabama makes a really, really great high-protein deer food that we actually get by the pallet. We actually get by the pallet.
Well, see, look at back.
See how the spots have almost gone away there, and of course he's liking that. He loves loving, just like you know, the girls seem to like loving a little bit more than the guys. The guys are a little bit they're a little bit apprehensive.
Forrest likes it.
Forrest loves to be loved on, and Jenny really loves to be loved. She's becoming my girl, and of course they all are very easy to love. There's no doubt about that. Forrest says, "Hey Jimmy, what you doing, buddy? What you doing, Jimmy?" "Yeah, I'm getting a little back rub today. Got a little skin up spot on his nose." They actually do get skinned up a lot. I mean, they run into trees. That's probably what happened to him. They run so violently and so fast. And they run into trees occasionally.
Here, you want some more cucumber?
Chris got another cucumber there for him.
Good boy.
Says, "I'll have another."
Good. He's such a sweetie. You're a sweet boy.
We really are blessed to have these deer. We've got a deer family now. It's kind of bad. We got a lot of deer poop in the yard, but it's just something that it's kind of like living on a farm. We have a lot of farm animals around. They talk about how bad farm animals smell. To somebody that lives on a farm, it smells like money. It smells like their lunch and dinner. It smells like their car payments. It smells like everything else. And this doesn't happen here with the deer, but we just love them so much. And this little guy right here has got a possibility of being a really, really big buck. He's a high quality deer and come out of some really good stock, and he's probably going to be much, much larger antler wise and probably body wise also than Milburn. Milburn, although has got a big body for not much antlers, but you can see what's happening there as those spots are going away, and he's not going to really have spots too much longer. And they like that. They get a lot of that from their mamas when they got a mama. And of course, I've noticed Lucy licking around on Forrest a lot also. Hey, Forrest, where's Jenny? Where's Jenny? We're going to brush her a little bit too. We'll have to probably, if I catch her out here a little bit later. She must be.
I saw something kind of interesting this morning that I haven't even shared with you. Lucy and Milburn came walking across the yard, and Milburn's losing all the velvet off of his
It's all gone. It's in about one or 2 days. It's got
disappeared. He walked up. Of course, Lucy'd been standing there licking the babies, and he walked up and she started licking his antlers. Oh, he liked that. He just kept going round and round, you know, and it kept following her because he wanted her to lick them some more.
Do you know? I suppose they itch a little bit. That's what caused them to start doing that because the bucks all over the ranch are starting to lose some of them totally, and he lost his in just a day or two, and I haven't even seen.
He didn't have very big antlers.
No, he didn't have much. The bigger the antlers, the longer it does take the bucks to scrape them off, and we call those rubs. When we see the in the woods, we call them rubs, and they will scrape all that off, and for a day or two, it's really bad because there's a lot of blood in that velvet. and the blood draws flies, and so, boy, they have a fit with those flies for a while there. Forrest, you are a pretty little boy. This time next year, Forrest will have some antlers, and that's going to be pretty interesting because he's got a possibility of having some large ones. You never know. You never know. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Why do they always poop?
Poop every time the camera.
Every time you got a camera point to them. It's a good thing we don't do that, huh? All right, guys and girls, that's a little bit of the spot story right there. We'll try to get some of Jenny also later. Our land over here now. Jenny's gonna come running. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. How you doing? Oh, Jenny says, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, we have Cheerios." What, so she thinks maybe that's a bottle. They're pretty much off of that bottle.
They would take it if I broke it out.
They would probably would, but you can see, well, you can see right there, I just saw some spots just disappear. I mean, just absolutely disappear. And that hair will get loose. Of course, they change colors. Lucy's in the process of changing colors right now. Milburn has changed colors quite a bit. And you can see that actually, you see a little gray up there on the top of him, you know. The hair, new hair comes in all the time. Here comes Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy, baby. Lucy said, "What's going on, boss?"
Somebody's eating something.
Yeah, somebody's eating something. Yeah. Lucy says, "I'll take a little of that action." And Lucy, you can see, is changing color. She's got the orangey color.
Like she's skin up, but
yeah, she's got the orangey color to her. And she is got gray coming in underneath. She'll be gray color like up there around her ears right now. And they change back in the springtime, you know, so they have two colors on throughout the year. Get that horsefly off her leg there on the back side. She's whack that thing this side. There you go. And you didn't get him. No, he still flew off. Lucy says, "You be whacking those, I'm going to eat." And it's kind of good, you know. Lucy is she's just such a good mom. She's decided that these guys are. She's back over here again. Yeah, you gotta be faster. She's decided that these two are going to hang around. She's going to be a mama to them. It's just really amazing how that happens, and obviously it does happen out in the woods a lot, and we don't know it. Sometimes when you see a deer with three, normally that probably is triplets, although triplets are rare to raise in the woods. They have triplets a lot more than we know, but they don't really raise them because of the fact that it's just difficult, and they're you know, the little one usually ends up dying. It usually ends up being sacrificed, and it is likely that let's walk out here. It is likely that Lucy might have been a triplet. One of our subscribers, one of our friends, suggested that. There's Milburn. Beamer come down. That scared the babies. The babies aren't really afraid of Milburn, but they're Beamer, but they're very, very cautious around Beamer. Now you can see his horns here. They still got a little blood on them. Now all that blood will be off. And you see the difference in color in Milburn. Milburn has got his winter coat on. That's totally gray. He's a big old boy, and he's still friendly. He still doesn't really not being affected by the hormones. You see, he's wanting to love on Chris. He loves to lay up there and look you right in the eye and show you those big old brown eyes. But his neck is getting larger. We will probably put a new flea tick collar on him, a larger one, and also we'll put a larger orange ribbon because we are going to put him outside the high fence just because he can be a little dangerous and can hurt somebody, because they once those hormones take control and they get involved in what we call the rut, chasing girls, it's going to be a totally different ball game. And he's a big old strong deer. He doesn't have much antlers, but he's a really big strong deer, and he can really hurt you. And right now he's just a lover. He's just a big old baby. He's just big, and now he might, as years go by, grow some pretty nice size antlers. We don't really know. You never know what they're going to end up with. Probably always will not be even on both sides. Probably will never be a 4x4 or 5x5. Probably will be, 5x4, 6x5, things like that. One will probably always be have more points than the others. But you can see the bad thing is these doggone these doggone flies. And those are horse flies, and they really bite them. They you know, it's just a common thing. The flea and tick collars don't seem to protect them too much from those. And they really suck the blood out of them, and they hurt. And they're always fighting them, always messing around. And we've got spray we can put on there. They don't like that. And even if you put the spray on your hand and try to rub it on them, they don't like that. They don't seem to mind if you whack them and kill them. Chris has a tendency not to want to hit them that hard, but it doesn't really hurt them. They don't mind, and they, you know, sometimes if you hit them a really good lick, you can knock them down and step on them and kill those flies. We do spray every week here around the house, but it keeps everything down pretty good, but it doesn't really keep those horse flies away. They're just big old mean things. Oh. Yeah, she had him, but she didn't push hard enough. He flew off. Oh, mine. They said, we'll take some more of that. Yes. Really fun messing with the guys and the girls and the babies. This is really as cool as it comes. The little babies went over and checked the Cheerios out.
They ate them all.
The cherries are all gone. I think I'll go get them. I think I will go get them another bowl of Cheerios later. Well, we have had our cold front come in that they've been predicting, and the turkeys are going to head to the woods since I stepped out on the porch, but all of the rest of our little family is out here in the front. I see 3 triplets, and I see Jenny and Lucy and Milburn, but I don't see Forrest. So Forrest must be off doing his own thing. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny girl. Jenny. 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 She can't find me. No, she can't find me. She's looking for me. And there's the 3 little triplets. It's about 61 degrees this morning. We've had rain and we've had wind, and I think we're going to get a little more rain. It's not going to get nearly as cold as they had predicted, but our little deer family is going to enjoy these cooler temperatures, I'm sure. Our little triplets they've never seen weather like this, so they don't know what to think. They may be saying, Mama, we need a blanket. Yeah, well, Mama, we need a blanket. Come here, Jenny. Come here, Jenny. Hey, girl. Hi, Jenny girl. Yeah, there's old Jenny girl up here. Hey, Jenny. Yeah, there she is. I can't get up there. We'll see what this cool day brings as far as their activity. I thought maybe they would get out here and run and play, but they're just kind of snuggled up in the grass and just enjoying the morning away. So we'll see what else happens throughout the day. Jenny, she would love to come up and visit, but she can't figure out how to get here. Well, these guys have had their breakfast over on the other side of the house, and they were acting a little frisky when they left there. So I thought maybe they were going to come around here and have some playtime. But I think I was wrong, because there goes 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. And there's Jenny. She's just going to walk right on by them. She's going to go with Lucy down to the water's edge. And there's Forrest. And I think these triplets are like me. They've had some breakfast. Now they're ready to lay down and take a nap.
So much for playtime. Lucy finally brought the little ones on around to the front porch. And they came up here on the deck and had their South Fresh deer food. Ate a little bit of watermelon, not much. But their preferred food was the deer food. So I guess they know that they're deer. And as long as they don't get up or move around, they'll come up here on the porch with her and eat out of the pan. So as long as I don't startle them, they're fine. That's 2 of them. Here comes the 3rd one. I think that is Ranger. I think he's the more unsure one of the bunch. Oh, Lucy, you're pulling my hair. Don't pull my hair, girl. Jenny, she's just hitting all of the bowls. She'll eat the watermelon and then she'll get in the bucket. I think it's got some okra in it, maybe some cucumbers. We had some okra that we didn't get picked soon enough, and it got tough, so I chopped it up, and it's in one of those buckets, and then the other bucket's got some cucumbers and squash in it that we let get a little too big and over-ripened, so I've got those chopped up to give to the deer, too, so they're eating out of the main bucket right now. Good morning, Jenny and Forrest. You are wet. You've been out in the rain. Are you ready for a bite to eat? You're late getting in here this morning. Where you been? Yeah. Are you ready for some food? Let's see if we can get some food. Oh, goodness. Mr. Jimmy needs to fill the can, doesn't he? Yeah, our can is about empty. I think that you're hungry this morning. Let's put it in the bowl so y'all can eat. Come on. I bet that some other little critters will show up as soon as they hear the tinkle of this little... Let's see how long it takes for the triplets to show up. Forrest is all fluffed out because it's kind of cool and it's been raining, and he looks like he needs to be brushed. He's about lost all of his spots on his back. So he's growing up on us. They are getting bigger and bigger. I don't know where the rest of our family is. This is real unusual. It's, gosh, it's after 9 o'clock and they still haven't come in to eat. I usually do always put out a bowl of leftover scraps, potato peelings or lettuce. Oh, I see Milburn down there peeking over the porch. So he's on his way. I'm sure the rest of the clan will be right with him. Yeah, there he comes. Hi, Milburn. Where's Lucy? Huh? Where's Lucy? Come on, boy. Come on, it's time to eat. I bet they are under the deck around on the other side of the house to try to stay dry. But I'm really surprised that the babies didn't hear the the feed being dispensed into the pan. That's real unusual. Come on, Lucy. You're late for breakfast. Yeah, you're late for breakfast. Come on, where's the babies? Where's the babies? Where's the babies? You're late this morning. Where you been, girl? Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on. You're really late for breakfast. Where you been? Come on. Come on. Ah. Why are you running from your buddy? That's just Milburn, or Forrest. Come here, Jenny. Come on. Jenny's already been here. She'll come have some more. Yeah, Jenny doesn't miss any meal calls. Come on, Lucy. What's the matter with you this morning? Come on, girls. Come on, Milburn. Or Forrest. And there's probably Ranger and Indy. And that's probably Nina over there with Milburn. Come on, guys. It's time for breakfast. Or lunch. Whatever you want to call it. Y'all are late. Did you slip in here and eat without me seeing you? Is that why you're not very hungry? Some of the wild deer are coming into the feeder to eat, and everybody's very cautious. Milburn's keeping a watch out. I think these guys must have slipped in here and ate without me knowing it. Oh, here's Nina. She's going to come and have a bite. Come on, little girl. Come and eat. Look how big she's getting. They all are just growing. And the triplets still have all their spots because we haven't gotten to brush them. But Nina and Forrest and Jenny have their brown winter coats pretty much on now, so they don't have little spots on them anymore. They're grown up on us. Come on, Nina. It's okay. It's a cool morning and a damp morning. But everybody is accounted for. And they're having their brunch.